EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Silicon Valley. And with a foghorn sounding behind us, that can only mean one thing, and that is it's time for football at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, Week 12 of the NFL season is upon us, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the San Francisco 49ers.
Please welcome your 2026 San Francisco.
On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. His guys victorious a week ago, trying to make it 2 in a row here. His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready for what could be a tough one and perhaps a playoff preview come January. Is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And leading them out is their fifth-year quarterback.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. The numbers for Brown from a week ago, 14 carries, 80 yards.
And their success running the ball in the previous game has to give them a lot of confidence, but they also understand going against a top 5 rush defense means you have to have a lot of offense in your game plan. Misdirection, counters, power game. Maybe.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Garrett Wilson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Well, they said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. Oh, nice move. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They're led out by a former first-round selection back in 2025 out of Ole Miss. It's Jackson Dart.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
They run again with Dowdle. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down.
Third down and 5.
To the air, Dart. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the 49er first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Broncos.
Here's Dart. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over it that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
To throw, Dart. He'll get this to his running back, Dowdle. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be 4th down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Dart to throw on 4th down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35.
And the 49er 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They run here with Dowdle. And he'll be taken down at the 34. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Throwing his Dart. It's Williams on the catch. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and
they'll go play action here with Dart. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it. Can't afford any more missteps, though.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 29-yard line.
Purdy. Now he's going to stop, and he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. 3rd and 5. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Purdy now to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
And the Broncos 1st down.
They go play action here. Purdy. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. Wilson's got it complete. His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now. Here's Purdy. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
9 yards. That's good for a Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Purdy now to throw off the play action. A short throw caught by Andrews. Just a gain of a couple there. And that will bring up 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the Niners' 48-yard line.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Purdy off the play fake. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Purdy looking to throw. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw in that play with a loss. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now Dart. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Dart. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
On the run, it's Darnold. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Well, here's a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 46.
1st and 10 at the 46.
A running play, it's Dowdle. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
2nd and 7.
From the shotgun, a throw for Dart. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. They'll try and sneak it here. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's another 49er 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
That's out wide for Palmer. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
A gain of 26 yards. And a 49er 1st down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Up 2nd and goal.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Give them 13 yards on the connection, but not enough. Fourth down.
And goal.
And they'll let the fullback try and take it long. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. It's the fullback. His third rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 10-7. That one was an extended drive. 14 plays all told. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. And Denver getting set to take the field. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They defer to Brown to start the drive. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard after the 36.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score. Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Out of the gun, Purdy. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
It's a gain of 20. And the Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 right at the 40. Now Purdy. The short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
At the 36-yard line. A gain of 4. It's
now a give left side. Brown with it. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good for Broncos.
Back to throw, Purdy. He'll look underneath and finds Brown. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Second down and 4.
16-yard line.
Throwing here, Purdy. Taken in left side, it's Wilson. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Garrett Wilson with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Broncos are able to move back in front. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
At the 39-yard line.
Here's Dart. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 7.
Dart going to look to throw here. He'll get this to his running back, Dowdle. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. The Broncos offense and Brock Purdy getting ready for this next possession. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews.
A 7-yard gain.
Purdy from the gun. And I think the ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Following the fumble recovery, Purdy. A short throw caught by Andrews. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson. And he will have a Broncos first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Now the Niners get there and bring him down. So halftime here out west. Let's go east. That's where we find Scott Hanson with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So pass interference the call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you got to call that both ways.
He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 31-yard line.
Throwing his Dart. And that one complete to his receiver, Palmer. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the gun, here's Dart. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Dart. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Now this offense and Garrett Wilson headed back out.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
And the Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
This is Brown going up the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Purdy. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
Purdy now to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Here is 3rd and 5.
5 yards on the pickup.
Here's Purdy. That is caught. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 37. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
First down. A gain of 11 on the play. And the Broncos first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We've still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
And his kick is right there. It's good. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Here's Dart. And his throw is going to be incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Dart from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
The Broncos offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. And they'll begin here with a run by Brown.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Purdy looking to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Another run for Brown on second down.
Oh, a heck of a move. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And the Broncos first down.
Right back to Brown.
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory.
45 yards rushing for him now to this point. Options galore here. Second and a few inches.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. An inside give, Brown. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That's another Broncos first down. A gain of 5. First down. Broncos.
This time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson.
Now 2nd and 3.
Out of bounds at the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 7.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Now they go screen. It's complete.
And he will have the Broncos first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
That's good for the Broncos.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth. Back to throw now on first down. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Out of bounds at the 26-yard line. A gain of 5.
They go play action here. Purdy. Robinson hauling it in outright.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
And the Broncos first down.
Here's a give to Brown. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Play action. Now Purdy.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a third down.
He steps out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
Now Purdy. And he'll go right back to Andrews.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Brown. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Broncos are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
49ers 10.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. Nifty move. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Incomplete. Brings up second and 2.
Going back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
They'll go. Here's Dart. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
First and goal.
Throwing here, Purdy. And it's caught. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
A gain of 5.
Now receiver in motion left.
At the 3-yard line.
They'll try and run it in with Brown. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did.
Touchdown! Garrett Wilson from 3 yards out. And the Broncos have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Niners set to take over on offense. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Now Dart. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. From the 25, here's a 2nd down and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 25-yard line.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut.
And he's going to have a Niners first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line.
And the 49er
to the air, Dart.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
A 9-yard loss. It's now 2nd and 19 at the 26-yard line.
To throw, Dart.
And this is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Looking to throw, Dart. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Dart to throw on fourth down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Second down and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 24-yard line.
Back to throw, Purdy. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Purdy from the gun on third down. It's complete, Burks. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the Broncos first down. A gain of 11 on the play. And the Broncos
shotgun handoff to Brown here.
And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all. As we will make our way to the 2-minute warning.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 13.
Another run for Brown on second down.
A nice display of powerful running, but it takes him only to the 7. He's dropped there.
It's a gain of 7. And this is...
They'll run on third down with Brown.
Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
Chase McLaughlin on for the field goal. A 21-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Throwing his Dart.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Throwing from the gun here, Dart.
Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Dart. Finding Otten once more.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And the 49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They'll go play action here with Dart. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. 2nd and 10.
He was defended by Tyreek Stevenson.
To the air once more is Dart. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation.